How's it going, everybody? I'm Brandon with Electrical Specialist, and on today's episode of Ask Your Local Electrician, we're going to be continuing this series on DIY Made Easy. And on today's episode, we're going to be going into how to replace a simple three-prong tamper-resistant receptacle in your home. Let's go get started. Here's the plug in question. As you can see, it used to be white. It's yellowed, it's old, it's weathered, it's had its day. It's also not tamper resistant or child proof. We want to get that changed out of there to a new one. First thing we're going to do is find out if the power is on. Our plug tester shows that the power is on. We're going to go get that shut off. Now that we know the plug is off and it's no longer hot, we're going to go ahead and remove it. We're going to check it with our hot stick first to make sure that it's double checked and ready to go. It looks like somebody actually wrapped these around here properly, so we're going to go ahead and unscrew them so we can put them back on the new one the same way. I'm going to use my flathead here to make sure not to strip out the screw. Looks like someone actually wrapped this around the wrong way. We'll get that fixed. Same with this, it's wrapped around the incorrect way. Now I'm going to take my linesmans and I'm going to straighten these hooks out and get them ready to go. Now we're going to use a 15 amp tamper resistant white receptacle to put in here to make sure that we're getting the right one in. We're going to make sure that no kids can come in here. They call these child resistant or child proof. It would take two prongs going in at the exact same time to get this to open and actually get power. So no more sticking a knife or anything in the outlet to get shocked. We're going to start with the ground. Make sure that it goes on correctly. Notice how we wrap it clockwise, so when we tighten it, it actually gets tighter. And we're using a flathead for maximum efficiency. See how it gets tighter as we tighten it? Now we're also going to tighten the loose contact so that way it can't reach out and contact anything else that we don't want it to. Now we're just going to flip it around. It doesn't matter which contact you put it on because the tab in the middle is not broken. Don't break this tab, it ties them together. We're going to tighten this other contact we're not using to make sure it doesn't touch anything we don't want it to. I also like to take my needle nose and tighten this contact up with the wire and close that hook a little bit just to make sure it's a little bit safer. Now we're going to finish it off with the flathead. See how the wire actually bends and tightens around the screw as we go. Now that's not going anywhere. Even though it has a backstab on it, you never want to use these backstabs as they get loose. You always want to wrap the contact properly. Now we're going to accordion the wire in and fold it to where it's supposed to go. I'm going to press it into place, make sure it's going to fit. Looks like everything's fine, but we've come into two problems. One is we're missing a screw. We're missing a bottom screw. So we're gonna have to borrow one from the old plug. No worries, it's got extras. Another problem we're noticing is it's going into the wall. See how it's going past the sheetrock? We need to block it out to make sure that it actually sits flush with the sheetrock. To do that, we're gonna take our needle nose and a piece of wire, and I'm gonna show you an old electrician's trick. To get that blocked out, we can make our own little spacer by taking this, just the tip, and bending it around in a circle, just like a hook. As you keep going, it starts building a spiral like a spring. Make sure it's tight together. This is probably more than we need. See how it's a little spring? I can make sure and hold that up there and find out if I'm blocked off the wall far enough. Looks like that's good there. That's about 3 wraps. It's about the same on the bottom. I'm gonna cut this and make one more. Same thing, take my wire, make a hook, wrap it 3 times. Making sure to squeeze it together if it starts to come apart. Now we can go ahead and thread our screw in, put our blocking behind it, and screw it in. You don't want to go too far, because we still have to put the other blocking behind it on the top. Now we're going to screw that in. Now that we have them in both tight, we're going to fit our cover. We're going to take the screw out so we can dry fit it and see how it looks. Actually looks perfect. There's no gap around it. When I press in the middle where the screw would go, it's actually sitting perfect. So we're going to go ahead. Oh, I do see one thing. It's not sitting quite flush. It needs to go just over. I'm going to take my tester and just move it over just a little bit. Test it again. Perfect. We're going to finish off our cover, the screw. Good to go. Now we're going to go turn the power back on. Power's back on, and we're good to go. So that's as easy as it can be to replace your standard 3-prong plug. Note, please do not take a 2-prong plug that has no ground and put a 3-prong plug in. That is dangerous and illegal. Make sure that the one you're changing does have a ground, and please only put in a 3-prong plug if it has a ground to put on there. That's another episode. We've already made one. We're actually going to make a newer one here in the future. Also, did you know you can put that 15 amp residential plug on a 20 amp circuit? We're going to make a video to explain that too. Please like and subscribe so we can get more of these out to help people. And on the next episode, we'll continue the series of DIY Made Easy to help you in your home. Have a great day.